Hi guys. Hello. Oh, I'm only 1 minute late. Hooray. Oh, got my hair this morning. Excuse my crazy hair, guys. Who's here? Nora's here. Bam is here. Jane's here. Carla's here. Cindy's here. Carla. No. I just said Carla. No. Hi, Potato L. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, darling. Oh, I can't see part one. Oh, Alyssa, you've written part two at the top and I can't see part one. Is it because my pinned comment's there? How annoying. Hang on. How are you guys? Is there a part one down here, Alyssa, maybe? Nope. Part two. And the people around me have been so validating and happy. I'm assuming, hang on, let me unpin this and see if that makes any difference. Oh, Maria's here. Good morning. Oh, I can't see it. God damn it. I mean, I can't find my message. Oh. Guys, I was going to, I'll put it in the comments afterwards, but for you guys to sign up to the self-concept course, there's an email sign up. Not to buy it, just to get alerted for it and the coaching. Catching you live? Yes. Hello, Natasha. Hi, guys. Okay, I still can't see part one, Alyssa. I don't know why. Okay, part two. And the people around me have been so validating and happy. I'm assuming it's because I've been validating myself and affirming that I'm happy. Oh, good, darling. Taking this positive movement, even though it seems like only little. That's wonderful, Alyssa. I also got a pay rise, affirming that money comes to me easily. I still feel low and lonely, but I'm persisting. I won't give up. I feel oddly proud of myself. Lots of love. Oh, wonderful, darling. What happened at the beginning? Give me part one again. Oh, that's wonderful, darling. You sound great. Oh, all right. Whatever you're doing is working. Hey, Lois, call me dumb, but what exactly is self-concept? No, don't worry about it, darling. People make it very complicated and make it sound like it's self-love or self-worth or self-esteem. It's none of those fucking things. Let me just explain it like this. If I was in a marketing meeting for McDonald's, we wanted new concepts of how to advertise McDonald's. I would sit at the boardroom meeting and I'd be at the head of the table and I would say to everyone, what's your new concept of what we could do? It just means idea, right? And I'm not saying, what is your love? What is your love for McDonald's? What is your esteem for McDonald's? What is your worth for McDonald's? I mean, concept. I mean, the word means idea, conceived in the mind. What are these people at the boardroom table conceiving in their mind about McDonald's to then advertise McDonald's? It's a concept. People make this so complicated, and that's why there's so many creators on here saying, you don't need self-concept to manifest. Sorry, are you saying I don't need to change my thinking about myself and others to manifest? Yes, I do. That's how I create the new state of them and the new state I am now in. What are you talking about? It's your concept of yourself. It's your idea of yourself. And so many people are getting this wrong. They need to go back and read Neville, where he says over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, to change someone, you need to change your concept of them, your idea of them. To change yourself, you need to change your concept of yourself. Imagine a higher concept of yourself. It just means idea. I wish so many people would stop confusing everyone with this idea that it's somehow loving yourself or having strong self-esteem. It's not. It's new ideas, new thinking that's favorable about yourself, that's better than the shit you've been thinking all these years. That's all it is. Why is it important, and how do we utilize self-concept to receive a manifestation? So if you think you're a piece of shit, you think nothing ever works out for you, you think men are cheats, you think relationships always fail, you think you're not chosen, not good enough, not wanted, not worthy of anything good, what's going to manifest? That's your dominant thinking. So all that's going to manifest, all you're going to create is a state of a person who's perpetually in this kind of things never work out for me state, which means relationships don't work out, people won't choose you, and you'll just be in this state, dwelling there forever based on your old thinking about yourself and other people and relationships and life. So if you don't change that, your state won't change, and your state manifests what you think you most dominantly are all the time, the place you most often dwell, the place you most often return, is your state of being. And to change your state of being, you have to change your idea of yourself, others, and situations. It just means idea. God damn it. I wish people would stop confusing everyone, making it sound like you have to fucking love yourself, or I'm teaching you, oh, you have to be perfect and you're broken, and until you're not broken, you won't manifest. When did I ever say the word broken? When did I ever instill fear in people and make them feel like if their self-concept wasn't perfect, they couldn't manifest? I've never said that. And so many people are getting this wrong about my account, thinking that's what I'm teaching you. I'm not. I'm teaching you to get into the state and stay there, to stay there, You have to have really good ideas about yourself, the other person, and situations. Otherwise, you won't stay in the fucking state and you'll fall out of it again every time something in the 3D happens to throw you. Does that make sense, HM? That's all it means. It's really simple. What's your idea of yourself? I am loved and wanted, or I'm not wanted. I am chosen and enough, or I'm not enough and I always do things wrong and there's something wrong with me. Right? My self-concept course will go very in depth about this, guys. It's much more simple than people are making it out to be. It's analyzing what you already think the idea of yourself is, what your idea of yourself already is, what your idea of others already is, what your idea about life already is, and changing it. It's that simple, and that's what my course is about. It's not a self-esteem course. It's not a self-love course, right? So put your email in the pinned comment, guys, but I've just unpinned the comment. But anyway, I'll put it in the comments underneath the video. Does that make sense, HM? Hey, Loz, I know nobody has free will in my reality and circumstances don't matter, but what do I do if SP's family don't like me? Darling, you've just given them the will to not like you. You've decided they don't like you. So that's what will happen. You're reflecting out your thoughts about his family don't like me. So they have no choice, this is how it works, to not like you because that's your thinking about them. Do I affirm they love me all along with SP affirmations? Yes, but what's your self-concept of yourself that you're not liked or something's wrong with you or you don't get approved of? Where are you even getting that story that they don't like you? Oh, there's other girls better than me, prettier girls, girls from the other, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks. I'm not as accomplished. They think I'm psycho. They've got the story about me that I'm this and that. They think this about me now and this about me now because I'm this now. Change those stories. I imagine someone congratulating me for now being the new Cindy and someone did, oh, being the new Cindy. That's great, Cindy. I know people reflect your affirmations and can say your affirmations to you, but can this also happen with memories? I was thinking of a funny memory that happened at work and my friends brought it up the other day. Yes, absolutely, guys. That's what deja vu is. That's what, when people go, oh, I just had deja vu. You actually imagine it at some point and then now it's happened. Or you saw it at some point in your mind and then it's happened. Sorry about my pimples, guys. My skin's breaking out. I had a date with him, but I can't stop thinking about him saying the first always special. The first always special. What's that? This mean, darling? I don't understand that at all. What's the question? Don't write that again because I'm confused. Loz, I have a success story that came out of left field. I've been manifesting SP that says he loves me but is married. A bridge of events occurred, knocking him off the pedestal, and a new SP came out of nowhere and is everything I've been affirming for SP1 to be and more. He's so wonderful in all the ways I want, and most importantly, available. I had scripted what I wanted in a man, and he is every single thing on my list. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so happy and grateful for you. Thank you for kicking us all in the ass, and we need it most. Oh, wonderful, darling. See, when you've been in that self-concept of picking unavailable people, picking people that are married, knowing you won't be even chosen by that person, and then someone comes along who completely chooses you, Carla, that means that you've changed you to feeling like you are good enough to have the relationship, good enough to be chosen. And that person's simply reflecting that and loving you the way you should be loved. That's wonderful. Hi, Loz. After 2 years of watching manifestation coaches, all of them, I'm now making progress. Oh, good. Thanks to you. Oh, wonderful. My question is, what part of childhood does guilt and worry come from? Well, did you have a mother or a dad that worried a lot? I know my mum used to worry about everything. She used to instill worry in me. Oh, have you got a jacket? It's very cold out there. Now watch out. Oh, be careful. Now, because I was born premature and my mum wrapped me in cotton wool and was so fucking overprotective. Plus, she also had fear in her mind constantly that she wasn't good enough, that people were judging her, that she needed to be perfect at all times. So I had a worry that I wasn't doing things right, a worry that I would get hurt, a worry that the world wasn't safe, a worry that things wouldn't go right. So that's where I got that from. Okay. And then guilt, she made me feel guilty if I did things wrong. Oh, you stupid girl. What are you doing that for? God damn it. I do everything. I do everything for you. What do you do for me? I feel guilty. Can also be from just strictness in your household or religion. You had a religious background where it instilled guilt into you as part of the religion, like Catholicism or Mormonism or whatever, where they make you feel like if you sin, something's wrong with you and you have to go sit in your room, read scriptures for the rest of the night. So it's either religion, strictness, something where someone made you feel like you were doing things wrong, you were wrong, and you weren't enough as you were. And then you've got anxiety on top of that of worry, or someone around you worried a lot. Mm-hmm. So what happened, Jane? Tell me if any of that's right. What's this, Nor? Hang on, I missed your thing. Me and SP mostly in no contact right now, and I keep replaying a scene in my head where he tells me he's moving slower because he knows he's going to marry me and scared him at first, but he's ready now. And it's always been me. That's lovely, darling. I sometimes feel like I'm living a double life, being delusional in my head with desires and living in 3D until everything made manifest. Lol. I don't know why, but it makes me emotional. Is this typical? If it's making you emotional, it's because you're feeling like it's not done out here yet, and where is it? And it's making you sad. Is that what you're getting emotional about? Like you're missing out, or where is it, or why hasn't it happened yet, or where is he, or I miss him? Is that what's making you emotional? Just try and live in your head more, darling, and try not to take any heed of what's happening out here if you can absolutely help it. Hmm. Um, 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 Hang on. I'm starting not get triggered when people say negative things in my 3D. It does sting a little, but now I'm accepting it's just my thoughts. Good, Cindy, good. Mancy, I want him to commit. I hate thinking that he's still trying to find someone else on the dating app, so stop thinking that. Or even find continuing to talk to someone else bothers me. How do I firm against this? Well, Mancy, why have you got a story that he wants to be on dating apps with other girls? You know the amount of dating apps I've been on in my lifetime where I never deleted it? Like, I'm sure I went on Tinder once, and then for years it was still there, and people would say to me, "Oh, I saw her on Tinder," and I'd be like, "Oh, is that still there?" Because I'd never go and delete it. Just because they're on a dating app doesn't mean they're actively using it. Just because they're on a dating app doesn't mean they're looking for other girls. Could just be looking for girls to sleep with, Mancy. But that's a deep reflection of you feeling not good enough, not chosen by him. So until you start feeling chosen and enough, he'll choose other girls, and that will bother you. How do you affirm against that is doing my chosen sleep tape and start feeling like you're enough and feeling like you're the only choice. You're the top priority. You're the only girl for him. He can't imagine his life with anyone else, darling. Hi, Loz. Hi, Leanne. What's this? Rocky. Oh, hang on. I've missed a whole lot here. Oh, Madsy, this top part. Hello, Loz. SP came back. We I sat down. I'm struggling with not thinking he's talking to someone else. I want to stop my mind. My friend found him on a dating app. Fuck's sake, that's where you're getting it from. The dumb friend found him. So you've got suspicious friends, but they're only reflecting your suspicion, your feeling not good enough, your comparison to other girls, your fears. Your friends are only reflecting your fears. So you've got to stop your fears that other girls are better than you, that he's going to talk to other people, that he's not going to choose you, man. Until you start feeling chosen, he won't be choosing you, and your friends will be finding him on every single dating app in town because that's your thoughts reflected. Unless you've really changed your self-concept and this is just the old him showing up. But why do you care what your friends find? Why do you care if he's on a dating app? If you feel chosen by him and wanted and your date was great and he loves you, being on the dating app won't fucking bother you. Hang on, I've missed a whole lot here. I'm going right up. I'm very confused. Before I got my SP, I would affirm, but then gave up and stopped thinking about him. And the same day, he added me on Snap. Why did it appear in my 3D when I wanted to give up on him? Probably because you forgot all the fearful thoughts that you have every week in here, Cindy, where you come in here and go, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? I'm doing it right. You finally just went, oh, fuck, can't be bothered. And finally, you dropped the fear and fuck, it worked. Hooray. Hi, Loz. I saw that one. Hi, Loz. Happy I'm catching you live. Hope everything's great. I'm great, baby. How are you? Hello, Loz. I realized last night I manifest SP initiating texting every day, and because of how it happened, I didn't realize it right away. Oh, good, Natasha. Good. Well, it was after your live yesterday, I was trying to figure out what was making me believe I do everything wrong. And I remembered my babysitter would tell me, you always mess up. It's not hard. Oh, okay. Well, get rid of that, darling. That's why you're coming in here every week telling me all the things you're doing wrong. I'm great. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Can I listen to different sleep tapes? Should I stick to it? Look, it's the repetition that forms a neural pathway in your mind, guys. But look, if you want to change them, change them. Loz, if we follow all the steps of manifesting, is a guaranteed way. It's guaranteed way to manifest SP back. I can't guarantee shit, guys. This doesn't come with a warranty. No one's guaranteeing you anything. But the law always works. What you dominantly think will manifest. If you dominantly think they're not coming back, but you're trying to manifest them, no, it won't fucking work. But if you're dominantly thinking they're back and they're with you, it'll fucking work. That's how it works. It always works. But really assess your thinking. Are you really thinking they're back? A lot of you are. That's why it's not working. Hi, Mario. Hi, Loz. Should I affirm that one, garnishment never happened? What's garnishment? The garnishment doesn't go through. Have plenty of money to cover it. That money comes back to me just as fast as I left. I have absolutely no idea what that word means. That's a new word I've never heard. Garnishment. Royal Barbie, you're going to have to explain to me what the fuck that meant. But yes, everything you just said, that it never went through, or you've got the money to cover it, or it comes back to me. Just decide on one that you can dominantly think. Stick to whichever story is best for you. I can't tell you which story to say, but I don't even know what that means. Hi, Loz. I've been working on mental diet and self-concept a lot and feel like I'm shifting states, purging. Things in the 3D have gone all weird, like SP coming back in but not confirmed. Is this normal? Yes, guys, because it's still playing out the old story you had about them. They're the old them still. Okay, be patient. That is very normal. But stop saying it's purging, right? It's just any day now he'll be to the new guy. He'll be the new guy. I wish you guys would stop using the word conform or confirmed, right? I know Sammy Ingram says that and a lot of other coaches say that. Please stop saying confirm because conform or confirm because what you're doing when you're saying that word is like he hasn't changed yet. You're thinking he needs to conform to what I'm thinking. No, he's reflecting you. If you can think of it that way, do you think your mirror's conforming to the way you look? It's just reflecting you. So if you don't get that part, you'll be waiting for him to change. When's he going to conform? No, he's reflecting you. When have you changed? Oh, fuck yeah, he's just reflecting me. Have I changed my thoughts about him yet fully? Oh, no. Well, how can I expect him to conform to these new thoughts I have? That's all they're doing. Please stop using the word conform, guys, because a lot of you think it means changing them, like you're waving a magic wand and they're changing. They're not changing. They're reflecting you, your thoughts about them, your thoughts about the situation, and your thoughts about yourself. When you really get that, you'll stop using the word conform because it sounds so stupid. All they're conforming to is your new self-concept, as Neville said. The concept of you, the concept of them, and the concept of the situation. They're not conforming out here all by themselves and you're waiting for it to happen. Have you changed yet? No? No conforming will cometh. It's a very confusing word I wish people would stop using because it confuses you all. Hello, it's Mr. Lies. Hope you're doing well. Any news about the course? It's coming, guys. It's done. It's just got to, the website's just got to be finished. How to change my self-concept. Well, darling, how much time you got? Get my self-concept course and you'll understand. You've got to sit down and assess what is your concept of yourself right now? What do you think of yourself? Sit for 20 minutes and write down every thought you have, and then you'll see what your idea of yourself is. And I'll probably be pretty shitty right now if you're asking me that. Like things don't work out for me. Why doesn't he love me? People never love me. Relationships never work out. And you've got to flip that to the opposite. But you'll see a theme about yourself. Why do I still get anxiety when I look at pictures of SP? It's like I have this imagining of him in my mind, but when I see him in pics, it's like shock to me and I get anxious. Well, stop fucking looking. What are you doing? Why are you doing things to shock yourself, make yourself anxious, do yourself a damage? Why are you doing that? Stop fucking looking. Guys, don't do anything in the 3D that throws you. Like, if you have to drive past their house to go to work and it upsets you every day, take a different route to work. If seeing their pictures upsets you, fucking block them on social media if you need to. Guys, really? That's the only time I'd recommend the psychoness of blocking, when people block people. The only time I've ever blocked anyone in my whole life was when, like an SP I'm talking about, is when he had found someone else and I just couldn't look at it. And then in the end, it turned out he hadn't found someone else. I just imagined it up. All right. An old SP of mine who came back. So me and SP painted bunnies yesterday and fish canvases. Love my arsehole. Today he drew me a picture of my cat that passed, and tomorrow he wants to go watch the sunset at the beach. Oh, darling, that's lovely. Draw a picture of your cat that passed away. Oh, what a sweetheart. Oh, they sound like a keeper, darling. I've done Nancy's. Hello, Loz. What if me and SP live in different states and he's trying to get me to move down there with him? What's the question? Imagine you've moved there. Move there. What's the problem? You don't want to move? Imagine him living with you then in your state then. Whatever the outcome is you want, imagine it's done. Hey, Loz, I've been listening to your I Am Chosen Sleep meditation. Now I feel like I don't want to affirm for SP, even though I don't want him. Is this normal? Love the meditation. It's very normal. A lot of people either don't want their SPs anymore when they start working on their self-concept and feeling chosen, or they just can't be bothered thinking about them anymore because they've realized thinking about themselves is way more important. What does rampaging do? It's just a stronger way of affirming. Hey, Loz, what do you do when everything seems to be in stall? Do you affirm more? How was your move? So wonderful, I catch a live. My move? Oh, that must have been an old video. So, guys, you've got to realize the videos on here that aren't YouTube lives like this one are about a year old. So I moved into this house a year ago. So that's how old those videos are, all those replays. I've got hundreds more I have to upload. But thank you, darling. The move went great. I moved the day before my birthday last year, and my birthday is exactly in a month. 26th of August. I think it was 26th yesterday. Yeah. Thank you. So when you feel like it's stalling, stop saying it's stalling. When you feel like it's stalling, stop looking at the 3D. When you feel like it's stalling, stop saying that and start living in your mind more. SP told me words are like spells. I need to learn to love myself. I've really spiraled since he dumped me and keep trying to snap out of it. I just feel like I have a gaping wound where my heart is. Oh, how can I pull myself out of this? Darling, look, when some of you come in here and you've just been broken up with and you're speaking about yourself like that, can you see how maybe you got broken up with? Like you were already in a state before they broke up with you of needing them, of without you, I have a gaping wound in my heart. What will I do without you? Thinking. Is that what you were like when you were together or towards the end? Or is it just that everything was so perfect for you, everything, and you like it came out of left field? Now you feel like a gaping wound. Well, you've got to figure out what were you thinking during the relationship that caused that breakup. Because when you do that, you'll know you can fix it and you won't feel like there's a gaping wound anymore. And you've got to live in the state of them being here with you, being back, and then you won't be missing them and feeling like there's a gaping wound. But you're obviously not in the state of them being back and you're being back together. And you obviously haven't investigated what the fuck you were thinking before you broke up. If someone says to you, you need to learn to love yourself, and that person is your SP, you will probably putting all the focus on them, pedestaling them, making the whole relationship about them and not about yourself. And they're literally telling you, when I met you, you were about yourself and I admired you. And now you've made this whole relationship and the whole of your life about me. It's unattractive. I don't want that. Go away and love yourself. And when you love yourself and you're back to the girl that I loved, that I came in who loved herself or liked herself or was about herself, I'll be back. Guys, are you getting that? When someone says to you, you need to love yourself, were you over giving, people pleasing, or putting him on a pedestal? Were you making the whole thing about him? Were you making him your need, and without him, you'd have a gaping wound in your heart? That's why I said that. So that's what you need to change to get them back, because that's what repelled them. That thinking that without you, my life is nothing, I have a gaping wound, made them go, get away from me. You need to love yourself more. Don't make it all about me. I'm not that great. Right? Guys, they're just guys. There's a fucking billion men in the world. When you've put them on such a pedestal, you think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, stop yourself and be like, I know I love them, but they're just a man. Right? And that sounds awful, but you've got to separate like that, separate yourself from that desperate, needy energy you're in. Just found you last week and binge your self-concept videos, and it clicked how it's not self-love. And guess what? After 1 month of no contact, SP contacted me. You left a letter on my windshield. Oh, a letter on your windshield. How old-fashioned. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, Mariella, that's wonderful. Yes, it's not self-love. Oh, wonderful, darling. I find that I still get hot and cold behavior, 90% in my favor, though. Do I need to keep absolute constants in order to get my manifestation? I have no doubt. I'm just frustrated at the hot and cold. Well, I don't know, darling. You want it to change, or you just want to stay frustrated? Do I have to change my thinking? Can't I just think 10% shitty thoughts about him? Can't I just hold on to this shit, that this resentment that I had from before? Can't I hold on to this story that he doesn't come towards me, he doesn't please me, and he doesn't do anything for me? Can't I hold on to it? I really love it. I love this terrible negative thought I have about him. Good luck with that, Rocky. No, darling. If you want it to change, you've got to radically change your thinking about him and you. So no, the answer is no. I want him to commit. I hate thinking that he's still trying to find someone. I saw that, Mancy. Nicole, hey, Loz, my life is... just jumped. God damn it. Fuck, where is this? Hi, Loz. My life is changing for the better thanks to you. I've had exes come in, but not SP yet. Don't worry, darling. I'm going to rewrite the old story of us. Can I say third party left him because he missed me and loved me? Yes, darling. Look, if there's a third party there, it's probably a whole lot of I'm not good enough thinking, or she has control over him, or their exes and he loved her more before me, or some fucking story where you're not chosen and not the chosen person. Get rid of that. And whatever story you're holding about him, about why he's with that person. I've been so focused changing my self-concept. I wanted to move to a new city and get an apartment. I was living in a hotel. Now someone rented me an apartment without any money as deposit. It's amazing. Oh, Carla, really? Oh, hooray. That's where I bit myself up, because you say it's easy, and I sometimes think I'm doing something wrong being on this for however long, but it's probably letting 3D trigger me. No, I'm not saying it's easy. When did I ever say changing your whole entire self-concept was easy, Marie? I've never said that. I'm saying people are making self-concept out to be this complicated thing, and all it means is idea. That's what I mean. I've never found this process of completely changing all my thinking from childhood that was all kinds of fucked up easy. I haven't found that easy. Now, moving on to career and money, SP will come eventually. Oh, good, Carla, good. Him saying first, love always special. Potato, I can't understand anything you're writing. You need to write it again, because I can't understand what you're asking me. Sorry, darling. Thank you, Loz. Love you. Oh, good colour. How often do you affirm during the day, and how often do you switch up what you affirm? Well, you can switch it up if you're starting to feel that way about yourself. But if you're not feeling that way about yourself yet, I wouldn't be switching it up at all because it's a repetition that sinks in. But guys, it's just up to you how often you affirm. If you really got shitty thoughts all day, I'd affirm a lot. I'd affirm on the hour every hour, or every time you stand up out of your chair when you're at work, or when you're in the shower, or doing anything idle. It's depending how much your shitty thoughts are. Or just be in the state of not thinking that stuff if you can do it, but it's very hard for some people. Testing my power had on me the other day. I felt so powerful that shortly simmered down the next day, and it was like a 180. How can I do better in staying in that state? Testing my power had me on fire the other day. Look, guys, this is the thing about states that I think people are getting confused by, because I know Manifesting with Kimberly, bless her heart, love her so much, is talking about states a lot. Now, the reason why I focus on changing your concept of yourself, your idea of yourself so heavily, is because I did that. Okay. I watched Shelley Bullard and I watched Sammy, and I was in Create Your Futures, you watching the YouTubes, and I did get in the state, and then I'd fall out of it. Then I'd get in the state, and then I'd fall out of it again. And it was very hard for me to stay in the state because of my old subconscious thought that was fucking up my state. So that's when you'll feel like you're on fire, and the next minute, just the slightest thing in the 3D will throw you, and you'll be fucked, and you'll be back to square one. And then, if you've got old negative thinking like me, the old things never work out for me, I fuck things up, I do things wrong thinking like I do, you'll spiral when you've fallen out of the state, and you'll stay in the spiral, and you'll spend weeks being there instead of jumping back on the beam, back into the state, as Neville said. As soon as you jump out of it, go back, jump in, back into it. But a lot of people find that very difficult because their old thoughts run them. And that's why I created this account, because I tried everything everyone else said. And I realized that after all the therapy I'd done, I still hadn't changed this shit back here that was causing me to fall out of the state and then stay in a spiral, fall out of the state and stay in the dumps, fall out of the state and stay feeling like I can't get back to that fire state I felt I was in. He's here, he's back, and blah, blah, blah. I couldn't stay there. Because my old shitty thoughts of, oh, you always fuck things up. God, you've done this wrong again. Look, you knew this wouldn't work out. Things didn't work out for you. This is your lot. Thinking fucked my state. So are you doing that, darling? That's why. That's what my whole account is about. And people think I'm instilling fear in you, or trying to make you scared, or trying to say all your fears will manifest. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying your fucking subconscious thought runs your mind. People aren't realizing that, and they think they can stay in the state all day. Well, good luck to you when something happens in 3D and it pulls you out your state, and your old shitty thinking that you haven't changed comes back. Fucking good luck. Come and join me and do a live with me and tell me how you managed to not let that 3D completely and utterly throw you if you hadn't changed your subconscious thought. Please, we'd all love to hear, because a whole lot of us find that difficult, and that's what my account's about. Right, guys, you get that? I'm not saying you can't stay in the state and stay there. Some people can, but I have always found that difficult, and I shouldn't affirm that, but I have, and I'm being honest with you. So don't beat yourself up, darling, if that's happened. Happens to the best of us. Where am I? God damn it. I've lost my spot here. Linda, Loz, I don't remember my childhood. That's right. I'm the youngest of 5 and have a twin sister. I feel like I was abandoned, neglected, not loved, and my mother didn't know she was going to have me nor wanted to. Oh, okay. So, Linda, that'd be a whole lot of I'm not chosen. The cheese stands alone. I was neglected, ignored. I didn't get the emotional needs I needed as a child met, like affection, love, attention, right? And then you'll constantly assume in relationships that no one's giving you the love, they're pulling away from you, that they're distancing, that they're not giving you attention, that they're ignoring you, that they don't understand you. Do you have those feelings? Right? So you'll feel unwanted and unloved by them, and the slightest thing they do might trigger you, and then you'll start a fight or push them away, or they go, you're a fucking nut. What are you talking about? I don't understand. And they haven't actually done anything, and you're just reading into it with, you're not loving me. You're not giving me what I need. You don't understand me. Why are you doing this? Why are you pulling away? Why are you distancing? And they're going, bitch, I haven't done anything. Is that what happens? Where can I sign up for your course? Guys, there is a sign up link that was here. I've just unpinned it. I'll put it in the comments afterwards. You can sign up. It's in the comments of this actual video, the first link in the description. Mariella, so after I told you I finally created an A1 self-concept about everything in my life, and my SP left a letter on my windshield, he texted me to let me know he left it, and we texted for a good while he was he was really hard on himself but apologized, and we cleared the air that my family loves him and he didn't let anyone down, and we both said it was nice hearing from each other, and that was the combo. Oh, wonderful. Didn't keep going, but the next day he messaged me again to congratulate me on a job his friend told him I got. We messaged a bit but didn't keep going. This isn't hot cold behavior, right? Because he's being sweet. Oh, darling, that's not hot and cold. Look, when you haven't spoken for ages and you suddenly speak, don't expect messages every single fucking day. Like they're playing slowly catchy monkey. They're not trying to push it. They're not coming in too hot. They're not being too keen. That's good. That means they care. Give it that meaning. My ultimate desire is a relationship. So any more tips and advice, darling? Just assume this means he loves you. He's back, and he's just, like not being too keen because he doesn't want to scare you. That's all it is. Doesn't mean he doesn't want to talk to you. And guys, you don't have to talk to someone every single fucking day for it to be a proper relationship. Just give it the meaning that this means everything is back to normal and better than ever, and everything's forgiven and forgotten and is yours. Okay? Give everything good meaning, darling. Hi, Loz. When scripting, do I read over it? Yes. When living in the end, do I need to feel like I'm in love? No, you don't have to feel shit, darling. You're just feeling it real, like feeling like the person loves you, or feeling like you're in the state of loved up or in a couple. So what would looking like being in a couple look like? So I've just done a video on this on TikTok. What would a couple feel like? And by feel, I mean, what would you be seeing, hearing, experiencing? Sitting on the couch watching Netflix, holding hands, having a ring on your finger, walking along the beach, holding hands, having crazy sex every night. What would being in love be like? That's what it is. You have to have feelings. I don't have to feel joy. And scripting, yes, do read it. It helps. Abrea, Loz, me and SP texted for a while yesterday, and I know I did that. I feel like I say this every time I come on here, but I'm slowly catching this monkey. Wonderful, darling. Sit a bit. Yes, my mum is a warrior, and she often told me that she didn't feel confident in life. Well, there you go, Jane. I'm very close with her, always have been. What do I affirm besides I'm good enough? Thanks. I don't need to worry anymore. That's the old me. Those old anxious feelings have gone. I remember when I used to be so anxious. I remember when I used to worry about every little thing. I don't worry about anything anymore. I know it's done. I know I can do this. I am in the God state. I make everything happen. I don't have to worry about the outcome because I'm creating the outcome. I'm in charge of this reality. Loz, I have money, my SP, a wonderful life. Thanks to you, beautiful star. Oh, you're tricking me, really? Wonderful, darling. Oh, all right. Lovely emojis, thank you. Hang on, where was I? Hi, Loz. Hang on. What's your opinion on I am versus you are and manifesting videos? I don't know what you mean by and manifesting videos. Well, I am is better than you are because you're talking to yourself. But you also talk to yourself saying, God, you're a fucking idiot. So if you say you are so special, Loz, you are the greatest, then if that works for you, say it. Whatever works for you guys. I know I say things like, fuck, you're an idiot. Right? So maybe you are would work for me. Being said, what would you say is going on? My ultimate desire, I saw that one. If I have a thought about SP that isn't favorable, but I notice it right away and tell myself nope and affirm against it, will that keep the unfavorable thought from potentially manifesting? Darling, it's good to flip it straight away. That's wonderful. But don't fear that it's going to potentially manifest. Why are you worrying about that? You'd have to think it really long and hard and a lot. It's always related to your self-concept. Do you have a self-concept that you feel like you do things wrong? You have to be perfect? Well, that's where that's coming from. Garnishment is when they remove your debt from your paycheck. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I've never heard this word in my whole life. It must be an American thing. Your debt from your paycheck. Why would you have debt on your paycheck? I don't understand this. Why is the debt on your paycheck? What? This is an American thing. I've never heard of this. Darling, just imagine it's gone. Imagine all your debt is paid. I am debt free. I love being debt free. I remember when I had so much debt. I love being debt free. I have no more debt. I don't see garnishment on my paycheck anymore. I am prepped to get yelled at if that is my fate, lol. But all of a sudden, I'm seeing random things like 3P's nationality pop up or people that look like her on my TikTok. How can I stop it? It's just your reticular activating system noticing it, darling, because apparently you feel like noticing that bitch is real important. I affirm self-concept, but I must be slacking in something. Maybe it's from my old thoughts of comparing myself to her, yes. Or maybe it's something showing me a trigger to address. It's nothing, darling. It's your brain going, that bitch is still here. She's still here. She's everywhere. She's taken your person. He loves her. You're fucked. And you're going, there she is. There's her name. There's someone Italian. She's Italian. Guys, it's just your reticular activating system noticing shit that it thinks is important. I just spit on myself. Stop noticing it. That means you haven't got her out of your mind. You haven't stopped focusing on her, and you certainly aren't feeling chosen by your person. You should be thinking, well, that bitch doesn't matter because I'm chosen by him and we're together. You're not got a whole lot of together thoughts. You've got a whole lot of, she's taken him away. She's better than me. He loves her thinking. Get rid of that. Currently driving to my new SP's house while listening to your live. Oh, wonderful tale on USB. I'm writing affirmations in my journal to say them out loud and think them. My question is, what are affirmations you recommend that are similar to I am magnetic? I am mesmerizing. I'm magnetizing. I draw people in. I'm a siren. Hmm. Um, where the fuck are we? SP and I are doing well, but haven't gotten much time spent together in person. We'll just say we spend so much time together. We're always together. I'm sick of him. I see him so often. So things like that. How much does the course cost? I think it's 145 at the moment, darling. Knowing the 3 days old, I have been noticing that I have a hard time making conversation with SP because I used to worry and try and fix things. Now I'm just focusing on the end, but obviously I can't tell him we're married and I'm the one who's chosen to spend the rest of his life with. No, you don't tell him out loud, Natasha. Why are you having a hard time making conversation with SP? You worry and fix things. Have a conversation about whatever the fuck's going on in life right now, or the news, or what you just did that day. Why do you have to worry about the past or fixing them or focusing? That was all your focus on them, obviously, and fixing the whole relationship and making sure everything was perfect. That's a whole lot of I need to fix everything, make things perfect. I need people please. I need to overgive. Maybe you stopped all your overgiving and now you're worried. Oh, well, what do I do now? What's my role in this relationship? Your role in the relationship, Natasha, is to sit back and let him fucking admire you and him to start the conversation and him to lead. Are you letting him lead or are you still trying to run the whole thing? SP and I are on and off again for years, and then third party and still talking to me, then blocked. He lost job and now power calling me and text today and he apologized. I was defensive without thinking. Why? I was fearful to open up and not sure if third party still exists and don't want same thoughts, self-concept was better. I'm now fearful I messed up. Any progress suggestions? Darling, you got a whole lot of I fuck things up, I do things wrong thinking, other people are better than me thinking. Where are you getting that from? You got to fix it. Because if he comes in and apologizes and you're still being defensive, they come in and apologize and you self-sabotage with your old shit, guys. It's your old shit that's the problem. It's not your person's. They've come in and apologized and you've thrown it back in their face. Why? Because your fear of the third party is still running you. Your fear that you're not chosen is still running you. You've got to fix that shit, guys. That's why I say them coming in and apologizing doesn't change shit. Because if you've still got the old thoughts about them and the old thoughts about you, what's the apology done? Absolutely fuck all. Hey, Loz, my SB keeps bringing up the old story circumstance. Do I keep working on I am chosen, I am priority? I've been listening to your sleep taps tonight, working on mental diet. Thanks. Just, you can say to them, I really don't want to talk about it, babe. Do we need to? Can't we just start fresh? Do we need to bring this up? It's not necessary, is it? Let's forgive and forget. Say that if you want to. Or just start saying, he never brings it up. It's like it never happened. Revise it. How do I stop thinking about the third party? I'm doing everything I can to feel chosen, but I'm battling triggered thoughts. Guys, if you can't stop thinking about that third party, you've got some real work to do on yourself. It's not about them. It's not about them. It's not about them. It's not about them. I just don't know how many times I can say it. A person who feels enough, a person who feels chosen, a person who thinks they're the best choice of their person, doesn't even imagine any other girl's going to come along and steal their person. But you did at some point. So there she is. Okay, you did that. Own it. Fuck, I brought her along with my shitty thinking. I made her manifest. Fuck. Okay, well, I can manifest her away because I created the bitch with my old shitty thinking that I'm not enough. Am I working on feeling enough? Am I working on feeling like I'm the chosen one? Well, clearly I'm not. I know you don't like the word energy, but what do you think of the affirmation, people came back from the past because they feel my new positive energy? Yes, that's lovely. Say that. As the new me. Yes, that's wonderful, darling. What affirmations would you? I just don't believe in talking about manifesting in terms of changing people's energy or they have to match your energy because it's impossible to to judge your energy and someone else's. It's impossible to decipher what someone's energy is. It's just a ridiculous way of teaching it. Had a date with him, but can't stop thinking about him saying the first love, the first girl, always special. Oh, okay. So you had a date with him and you're worried about the fact that the first girl he was ever with is better than you or something. Darling, that's a whole lot of I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough. Doesn't really matter what he says about other girls. It's your thinking that you're not enough and other girls' competition. That's why it came out of his mouth. It's not really his thoughts. Everyone else that says things in your reality is reflecting your thoughts about yourself and about themselves. Do you think he's madly in love still with his ex or you aren't enough? Well, then he's saying that. So just take it at face value. Don't worry about what he said and see that you're the special one. It doesn't matter if you weren't the first girl he was ever with. He loves you. Well, you really helped me understand self-concept. Had a bunch of old suppressed childhood memories watching your lives and I nearly cried. Learned so much in a short amount of time. Oh, look, darling, when I used to do the calls, a lot of people thought, oh, I can't remember my childhood. My childhood was great. And they'd be in floods of tears by the end of the hour, right? Because it brings up so much stuff. Mhm. And I'd be in tears after that. That's why I had to stop the calls because I was so full on. I was like, I can't sit through this. I'm not trained for this. I'd be doing 6 a day and I'd be like, this is exhausting. But that's great. Just laugh at him. He never met a girl like you. Yes, that's great. Just laugh at him. He never met a girl like you. That's wonderful advice. Yes, Tala. Did you hear that? I totally agree. I feel like I was in the state for a while and then 3D showed me something triggering. And now I feel like I'm a little lost working on my self concept again, though. I know I'll get it. Look, guys, that's my problem that I've had this whole time. And that's why I started this account because what I'd learned from other coaches did not work for me. And I'm not bagging them out. It works for some people. If you haven't had trauma in your childhood, what those other coaches teach will work. Just stay in the state. Bing! I'm a queen. Great. If you can fucking do that, please do that. But those of us who've had shit happen, those of us who've had a big long story about ourselves being not good enough, or that we get abandoned, or that people hurt us, or we can't trust others, find that very hard. And as I found on this account, that's almost everyone that I encounter. Right? What does it say about childhood if I feel like I annoy friends? That you feel not good enough, Cindy. You feel like people are going to reject you. You feel like you're going to be annoying to them because you feel like there's something wrong with you. It's the same fucking problem every week. You come in here, you tell me a different version of the same fucking problem every time. I am waiting for the day that you don't come in here and tell me the same problem over and over and over again for a year. You know what the problem is? You feel not good enough, not enough, and that you're going to fuck everything up. Think the opposite. A lot, and stop coming in here and repeating the story about yourself that you are that old you. I'm waiting for the day that you come in here, Cindy, and I'm just going off at you because you keep repeating yourself every week in different ways. Let's say you got a thesaurus of not good enough and you've looked up what is not good enough, what's another word or phrase for not good enough, and then you just keep writing, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I do things wrong, 1,000 times in every single chat. And I'm like, it's the same problem, different words. All right, darling? Come in here with something positive next week, although I'm going to fucking yell at you. Plus, I feel like I'm not going anywhere in life and time is flying by me. Stop saying that, darling. I get scared about the future. How do I stop thinking about it and just focus on me and self-concept? How old are you? I'm 45 in a month. I've got another 45 years to go, I'm pretty sure. Possibly more. I don't intend to die at like 60. So I've got another half of my life. I'm only halfway through my fucking life. Why are you worried about time? I bet you're younger than me. Who cares? You've got all the time in the world. I've wasted a whole lot of time with my old shitty thinking about myself. I've radically become a new person compared to the person I was in my 20s, in my 30s, and in my early 40s, right? The people who knew me in the olden days would find it just so unbelievably crazy that I'm doing this account, that I'm doing affirmations. My old boyfriend in England laughed his head off when he said, "Oh my God, you're doing positive affirmations, you Loz, of all people," because I used to be so fucking negative. I used to think any woo-woo shit was like ridiculous. I used to be such a skeptic. You change, and there's plenty of time. Trust me. I would live the last year over again as opposed to the last 44 because I knew myself in the last year, right? I always watch a TikTok. The affirmations also work on animals, and my dog listens to me a lot more now. Oh, good, Cindy, good. I'm obsessed with Christmas and Hallmark movies, and I always tell myself I have the perfect Hallmark man, the exact man I want. It helps me live in the end because I know it's what I'll get. Yes, those Hallmark movies, those Christmas movies, they're always so sweet, aren't they? My mum loves those kind of movies, and anytime I used to go to the old people's house, she'd be watching on. She loves those kind of movies, and she loves Christmas. Yes, darling. Imagine putting the ornaments on the tree together. Imagine drinking eggnog together. Imagine waking up and opening presents together. Have all those visualizations and all. Good morning, Loz. What's the name of sleep for healing? What is the name of sleep for healing? Sleep tape for healing. Oh, there's one on the Evolution channel, or it's just called Joseph Murphy Healing Tape, or Joseph Murphy Healing Affirmations. It's about your subconscious mind. It'll be on that channel on Neville in Japan, but there's also another one somewhere. The debt isn't on your paycheck. They will automatically take money from your paycheck if you're in debt until your debt is paid. You're fucking joking. Is that what they do in America? So you can't just choose to pay your debt off in your own way. They'll just take it. No wonder people don't have any money over there. Really? In Australia and the UK, you choose to pay your own debt in your own time. And if you don't ever pay it, you just go bankrupt and that's it. How come Donald Trump's been bankrupt 6 times? How did he manage to do that without getting it taken out of his paycheck? Who was drawing up his paycheck? A really good accountant. What? It's crazy town. Just say, I'm debt free. I don't have any debt. Nothing gets taken out of my fucking paycheck. No one touches my paycheck. Say those things. What do I do when my negative thoughts spiral? Well, stop letting them spiral, darling. You've got to get on top of them. Use my anti-anxiety meditation. Use the affirmations in the last 7 minutes of that and really get on top of them. I don't let my thoughts run me. I'm in control of my mind. I don't let the fears take over. Things like that, darling. Something I realized I've been manifesting since I was little. I just imagine it never rained on my birthday, regardless of what the weather said. They used to think I was psychic. Oh, wonderful, darling. When we visualize, I heard it's best to stick to one specific scene. What are your thoughts? Well, it's the repetition of that scene that sinks in. But look, I use a lot of different scenes, so I don't think that's particularly, doesn't matter. But the repetition helps. Hi, Loz. Any tips on how to change the way I think my SP views me? It's very negative, unfavorable. Well, why do you think they view you that way? Why would your SP, your chosen person, your specific chosen person, view you negatively? That's a whole other story about you, that you're not enough, something wrong with you. He doesn't love you. I'm not lovable thinking. That's making you even think you would think that. Write down all the things you think about yourself, or all the things he says about you that are negative, and flip those into affirmations and flip those into a story that he thinks the complete opposite of you now. What are your thoughts on asking your subconscious a question before falling asleep? I've done it, and seeing the answer in a dream. I've seen the answer in the morning. I asked how you can make money about my SP, and I saw a dream. I was in school and saw SP's name. Yes, do that, guys. Napoleon Hill's got a very famous story about that. He asked his SP. He asked his subconscious for the title of his book while he was asleep, and then he woke up in the middle of the night and had the title, and then rang his publisher and told him, and at 3 a.m. Think and grow rich. Does law of assumption only work for women? Can men use it successfully? What are you talking about, darling? It's how everything works. Male, female, non-binary, it works for everyone. It's just how your brain works. What you dominantly assume will manifest. That's it. Loz, there seems to be so many things to juggle. Live in the state, rewrite the old story, fix self-concept, ignore 3D, keep affirming. It feels overwhelming. How do you keep balance? Look, guys, if you can just step into the state of it's done, great. Just do that. But if you can't do that, that's when you get rid of the old story, get rid of the story of you. Don't look out here. Affirm the new thoughts. But don't think it's overwhelming. Just decide that you're in the new state of you, and all those things are part of the new state of you. Go right to the end. Like, if you find that really overwhelming, go and watch Manifest from Kimberly's latest couple of videos where she really focuses on state, and that might work better for you, where she's saying, forget about flipping any thoughts and just go to the state. If you can really go to the state, a lot of you can't, but if you can, try that, darling, if you feel overwhelmed, because you're kind of doing it like, I have this job. It's not a job. It's not things to do. It's new thinking, right? But if you're seeing it as really difficult and really hard, go and watch those latest videos from Kimberly. I can't do what she says, right? If you can do it, I mean, I can, but then I fall out of it sometimes. And I do it all the time, but sometimes my brain fucks me in the ass, which is why I started the account, okay? When I live in the end, do you go and watch her 25-minute video on states? It's very good. It's called How to Get in the State, or it was from a couple of weeks ago. When living in the end, do you only affirm for SP when he crosses your mind, or do you have to make a conscious effort to think of SP? I wouldn't be making a conscious effort to think of SP unless he crosses your mind if you're focusing on you. I'd rather you focused on you. I don't want you thinking about them consciously all day. No. If you're married, do you consciously sit around all day thinking about your husband? Oh, my husband's so great. He loves me so much. You're just in the state of loved and you're married, right? Thanks to the affirmations, I was also helpful when you described how thinking in states can be an issue. I realized that previously I'll be triggered and spiral for weeks, just need to fix the concept. Yep. You're awesome, and I love how you, oh, damn it, just jumped. Hang on. Your attitude, how to get over self-sabotage. Oh, thank you, Amanda, darling. Look, self-sabotage is what I used to do constantly, and one of the reasons I used to sabotage myself was the thinking I was telling you before, that things never work out for me, that I'm wrong and things fuck up, and because I'm wrong, things go wrong, that I'll fuck things up and make it wrong, that I'll ruin things, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes I would sabotage it before it even went wrong because I assumed it would go wrong. Sometimes I would sabotage things to stop people getting close to me. Sometimes I would sabotage things to stop people knowing things about me because I kept a lot of secrets and hid things from people out of shame and holding secrets my whole life. There's a whole lot of reasons why you'll do it, but most of it is protect yourself from getting hurt. Why are you protecting yourself from getting hurt? That's what you discover. That's why you self-sabotage. Okay? What affirmations would you recommend if you don't feel seen or heard? For example, when in a room of people, they can't when you're speaking. They don't listen to you when you're speaking. Everyone hears my voice. When I walk in a room, everyone takes notice of me. I'm always seen. I'm always heard. I'm the most noticed person in any room. Everyone's magnetized to me. Everyone listens to me. Any suggestions when family and friends are noisy and ask if I'm still with my SP? Usually I say, we're good, we're on good terms. But the other day a friend was so pushy and asked, you're being weird. It's a yes or no. And I felt forced to say, but I didn't know what they meant for my manifesting. I obviously said it's okay, but what should I do next time? It literally doesn't matter what you say out loud. No, we're not together. Anyway, and they keep talking. Can we not talk about it? I'm not together with them. It really upsets me. Can we not talk about why are you pushing me? Why are you being so needy and pushy? And why are you being so inquisitive? I'm not asking you about your life. You can say all those things. And I'll go, oh. But if you have a story that you're ashamed of it, or you're embarrassed about it, or you don't want anybody to know, or you feel like it's going to fuck it up if you think that you're not together out loud, it doesn't matter what you do out loud, right? If you're thinking in your mind, we're together, you can say, we're not together. Oh, yes, we're so blissfully happily married, right? Doesn't matter what you say out loud. And it won't fuck things up. I've been manifesting divorce for my SP and third party, and today he told me that divorce has been on his mind so much. Oh, good darling, you did that. Hi, Loz, got here a little late, but I've been waiting all day to tell you. My SP brought me my favourite chocolates and called me babe. Oh, Kirsty! Love when they call me babe. Oh, Loz, I can't believe you're almost 45. You don't even look 40. Oh, thank you, darling. That's all those affirmations I've said about myself being young. Thank you, darling. I'm 62 and I'm worried that I've run out of time. I wish I'd known this sooner. My mum didn't start her business till she was in her 60s. Then she had a booming real estate business. In her 60s, she started. I think she was 63, 61. Vera Wang started Vera Wang when she was 40. The Colonel started KFC when he was 70. Who cares? It's just a number. Hey, Loz, any updates on the college that was talking about you? No! York University in the UK. No. I wish someone would tell me how to find the information of who the professor was that was talking about me, or the lecturer. It was so funny. I'm in awe of that. My dad was like, you must find out. I was like, that's weird. Unless I don't know. Apparently they were saying what I said was right. So they're not saying that girl's an idiot, showing the videos and going, that girl's a moron. That'd be different. I wouldn't want to know about that. So you hit the nail on the head. Wish I had found LOA sooner, but no point in dwelling. I'm glad I found it when I did. Sounds like you did a 180 and hope you know how many people you're helping. Amazing. Oh, thank you, Nor. Look, guys, that's why I started this account, because there was something that came up on my tarot the other day. Or was it today or last night? And it said, you've been through a whole lot of shit in your life. And the reason why you're doing this is you feel you want to help people with what you've learned. And that's exactly right. That's the whole reason I started this. And that's what I'm saying about people in my previous life would find this really bizarre, that I'm being dishonest about myself, this vulnerable about myself. I always have walls around me. I never told people anything about me. I never revealed my faults or anything. Or I'd put myself down a lot, criticize myself, but I would never reveal too much about myself. I would self-sabotage things so people didn't know things about me. And so when I went through therapy and realized all the shit that I had fixed and still needed to fix, that's why I started this account. Because I had tried all the other things, guys. You've got to understand, I discovered law of assumption itself in 2016. I was doing The Secret since The Secret came out. So what's that, 2004 or something? So it's now 2022. I've been doing this for 20 years. And for 20 years, a lot of this wasn't working for me. So after 20 years of doing what they said, even just discovering law of assumption and Neville in 2016, or maybe it was 2015, I still wasn't doing it right. I was still visualizing, but then losing my manifestation. And that's what this account's about. If you keep losing your manifestation, if you can't stay in the state, if you keep losing your SP, keep losing the money, that's what this account's about, right? Hugs, Loz, good to see you. Oh, what's this, Cindy? Oh my God, I'm moving with my sister. I never mentioned this before, but I wanted my sister to be at peace and turn more to God because she was always depressed. And now she told me she has Bible study with a friend tomorrow. Oh, good, darling. But do I change my self-concept with affirmations? Yes, darling, please. The opposite of whatever you're thinking. Script the new you. Write the new story of you if you can. Anything will help you. Also, Napoleon talks about having a council of folks he consulted and how they took on their own personalities. Oh, yes, he did too. I forgot about that. Like an imaginary council of people. Doesn't he talk about who are the people that you would want on your council? Because he talks about having people giving you advice that are great advisors. Yeah, he does talk about that. I forgot about that. It's so long ago since I read that book. Also, Loz, do you not need to believe in your affirmations? I thought believing or feeling the belief was key. No, darling. How do you know you believe them? Yes, it's great to believe them. Wonderful. But how do you know you have? So you can't force it. So don't even bother. Well, should I affirm for chosen and good enough only? I think it's only also my concept about SP that he likes to talk and keep in touch with girls he went on dates with. Well, that's you feeling like he wants others over you. So it's about you. It's never about him. Nancy, take away anything to do with him. It's nothing to fucking do with him. The reason why you think he wants to talk to others is because you're not enough just for him. That if you felt enough, you would think he only ever wants to talk to me. He spends all his time with me. It's me he wants. He doesn't want anybody else. Why would he want anybody else when he's got me? But that's still thinking about yourself that's fucking that up. Also trust the process. Yes. What do we do with the new story? Think it. Burn the old one, but what do we do with the new? Think it. Be in the state of it. That's what the whole story part is for. When you write the new story, you've got to stay in that story. Be in that state of the new you. That's living in the end. And the longer you can stay there, the more it will manifest out into your reality because you're in the new state of you. That's what the story is about. The story, the state, the end, it's all the same. Do you have a link for Neville books on Amazon so I can purchase the correct ones? There's so many. Actually, that's really true that you said that because there's so many books that aren't Neville and people have taken what he's done and are saying it's a Neville book and it's not a fucking Neville book. I will start an Amazon link with my website. Actually, I will do that this week and put it on the website because I think that's really important that you guys only purchase the actual books. Yes, I will do that, darling. How does it work if you are affirming SP to come back, but then think about all the other people in SP's reality that haven't done manifestations on that still have old story? Everyone's reflecting you. What does it matter what anyone else is doing? They are all reflecting you. What are you talking about? They'll reflect your new self-concept of you, whether you've changed the story about them or not. They'll still reflect you. Have you changed you? Oh, what are you doing there? I see you. Just put up the dog under the desk. The Complete Reader by Neville Goddard. Hazlitt's best work. Yeah, any of the complete readers. There's 2. I was doing so well with my affirmations, etc., but I felt like a fake because I felt like shit. My twin flame only speaks to me whenever he feels like it, and I want him so badly. Blue Sky, you've clearly never watched me before if you're coming in here in my fucking chat talking about twin flames. Have you? You haven't watched me before, have you? You've decided that you're twin flame. That's real fucked up. That's real fucked up thinking, twin flames. You know why? Because you've got the story that they've got trauma and you've got trauma, and that's why you're mirroring each other. So until you get rid of that trauma in you, they'll be mirroring your trauma and they won't be speaking to you and they'll make you feel bad or they'll make you feel like shit because you've got the story that they're all fucked up like you're fucked up. I feel like a fake because I feel like shit. Darling, please, Blue Sky, you're the fundamentals of how this works you have not got yet. You need to go to my How to Manifest playlist in here. Watch the whole thing. There's only 3 videos. Then go to How to Manifest Your Specific Person and watch every single fucking video on there and then get back to me next week because you're really lost. If you're talking about twin flames in here and not understanding that affirmations is not to feel fake, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it like, I'm loved, he loves me, he wants me so much, he wants me so much. You're doing it the LOA way, the law of attraction way, like affirming like a banshee. That's not what I teach. And that's why you're feeling fake. Oh, excuse me. Don't you stand on the thing and stop it. Stand the live off. Loz, what are you doing for your birthday? I don't know. My brother just told me he was going to be away the other day. Oh, thank you. Lately, I've been listening to Joel Osteen, and most of his messages are manifesting. Yes, they are. And how you think about yourself? Yes, they are. And he said some things in his messages that I've been affirming. I think he has studied Neville just like Reverend Ike and doesn't admit it. I have some of Joel Osteen's books, audio books. I like him, but I don't like that he didn't let all the people in during the hurricane and everything. He's a bit of a hypocrite, but he just says it in God speak. But he is like a prosperity preacher, like Reverend Ike, just does it in a different way. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Oh, darling. Law of assumption works so freaking fast. Yes. Lodge, you're awesome. Just saying hi. Oh, hi, Rick. I manifested 3 more pounds with the help of bagels and cream cheese. Oh, lovely. Every night I say I want Agnetha Falstock. I adore her. She's 72. You look cute as usual. Oh, darling, I have the exact same range as her. Agnetha from ABBA you're talking about. I love her. She's my favourite singer of all time. Love her. I always sing all her parts in ABBA. Yes, he said sometimes they would argue amongst themselves too. What are we talking about? Oh, the people in his council, in Napoleon Hill's council. Loz, please take all the money and do a one-to-one coaching with me, please. You're the best. Oh, darling. Look, guys, there is one-to-one coaching coming, but it's only for smaller slots. It doesn't go for the full hour, but you're there for an hour and a half with everyone else. So when you want to press coaching, you have to abort the course, do you can buy the course and the coaching on the same day, but when your coaching starts, you have to have done the test. the self-concept assessment inside the course, or at least done the whole, and also done the whole course if you can, but at least done the assessment before you can do the training, the coaching with me. Yes, the council. Kitty is so cute. Yes, she is, isn't she? Happy birthday, Loz. Oh, not for another month. Thank you. Loz, I also went to the fair on Saturday, got another guy's number that wasn't SP. I felt really good, but he called. I called. I missed his call. Oh, he called and missed his call. Never heard from him again. Am I good? What do I think happened? You might have thought, oh, no, I missed his call. If I fuck this up, maybe he won't call again. Then he didn't. What were your thoughts or fears after you missed the call? That's why. Just imagine he calls me back. He doesn't think he's rejected. He knows I want to talk to him. He's dying to talk to me. He'll call me again. We're together. Thank you. Appreciate your time and knowledge that you share with us. Oh, darling. SB came back, and I honestly don't know how I want him. Oh, I know that feeling. My old story about him is very negative, although I do deeply love him. Is it fear sabotaging me, or should I leave him and find someone new? Charlie, if you can't change your old story about him, that's when it's fucked. That's when you'll hold on to resentment, you'll blow up, you'll start a fight, and it'll be fucked again. That's why people keep losing their SPs, right? So if you can't change the story, yeah, find someone new, but they're only reflecting you. So Charlie, have you changed you enough? Otherwise, the new person will just reflect the old you. Okay. Why do some people come back even though the story isn't fully changed of them or self-concept isn't on point yet? You might have a story that they really adore you. Like I've got a story, I guess, about my old SP, old SP, that he really wants to be with me. And so he keeps calling my old phone that doesn't work anymore. Right? So it could just be that story I hold. Love every night, yes. My living in the end moments change, as in it could be having dinner together or going out dancing or watching the sunset or going fishing, just constantly different. No, that's great. That's fine. Do I need to focus on? No, that's fine. Wouldn't you be doing all those things if you're together? That's the state of being together. That's wonderful. Don't focus on one thing, not floating, living the end, going to work. That's wonderful. Do whatever you're doing. That's great. That's true. I'm new here. I follow a lot of LOA and I think that's where I messed up. Love your channel. Well, Blue Sky, honestly, darling, instead of watching these lives back, go and watch the How to Manifest playlist. Watch the Law of Assumption versus Law of Attraction first video. Then watch the Thought Transmission one, right? Then watch the whole How to Manifest your specific person playlist, and then watch these lives back. Because you're not understanding that they're reflecting you. So your twin flame, who isn't your twin flame, you just decided they are, is simply reflecting your old thinking about them and yourself. Have you changed that thinking? No? Well, they'll reflect that. I'm seeing the number 144 so often. I know it means nothing, but I think it's funny. Oh, give it that meaning, darling. That means something. Will payment plans be available for the course like Afterpay? I'm going to add Afterpay, yes. Affirmations for making friends easily and amazing personality need ideas. I have so many friends. Everyone's my BFF. Everyone loves having me around. I'm everyone's favorite person. I'm super excited for Subconscious Laws. I see your channel taking off here on YouTube. Oh, wonderful, darling. At what year of manifesting an SP should you reevaluate what you're doing? Well, darling, if it's taken you 10 years and you're in the 10th year, maybe you might be doing some thinking that might not be helping you. But guys, you've got to give this time sometimes. After 6 months no contact, my SP has finally reached out and told me how much he misses me and how I'm always on his mind. Jada! What did you do? Tell us. Blue Skies, also check out Subconscious Laws TikToks as well. She also goes live there, yes. Will I be able to figure out my childhood issues after your course? That's the whole course. That's what the whole course is about. Your childhood issues fucking up your life and relationships and why they're fucking up your life and relationships and what they are. And then how to fix it. So, guys, what should we call this? Staying in the state. I think we talked about that a lot. What else do we talk about in this live? Being chosen. Okay, so guys, please do follow me. If you don't follow me, really, I mean subscribe. I always say follow. Subscribe. Now, I'll put a link in a minute under the comments to sign up to the alert for when the course and coaching and membership Facebook group come out. It'll be in the next couple of weeks, so make sure you put your email there so you'll know straight away, all right? So you can sign up straight away the coaching because I'm only releasing a month at a time. All right. And please come to my TikTok. And also I'll be live next week. I'll have this will be number 69, I think, this live. You can watch it back. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.